The film opens in a small village in Maryland, where the army has been tipped by the government to assassinate a high-class terrorist. The army monitors a group of people hitting the road for a funeral and assumes the terrorist must be one of them. However, the defense officer isn't sure and calls the president to abort the mission. The president tells them to eliminate the group either way, so the army bombards the place and kills the entire group. Scenes then shift to a guy named Jerry, who is seen betting with his friends. Short on cash, he takes the train back home and promises the landlady to pay the rent soon, but she doesn't mind either way. Suddenly, he gets a call from his mother, who updates him on his twin brother Ethan's sudden death. This news brings Jerry great pain. Jerry returns home to attend Ethan's funeral. After the burial, Jerry's father has a word with him about pursuing higher education, but Jerry has no such plans ahead. Somewhere else in the same village is a mother named Rachel who is seen sending her son to a trumpet performance in the president's welcoming ceremony. An anonymous man appears, steals the boy's luggage and flees. Meanwhile, Jerry goes to get some cash from the ATM and is stunned to see his bank balance spike to $751 million. He doesn't believe his eyes and runs to his apartment, where he gets further confused to see boxes lying all around the entire apartment that contain illegal weapons and bombs. While panicking, he gets a call from an unknown number telling him that the FBI could be arresting him any minute, so he better run. Jerry yells at the phone for an explanation. Before his ambiguities could be answered, the FBI raids his apartment and arrests him. Under FBI surveillance, Jerry is greeted by a senior officer named Morgan, who asks him a few questions to which Jerry doesn't know the answers. Through Morgan, Jerry finds out that his late brother was an active member of a high-class terrorist group that the army and the government have been after for a long time. On the other hand, Rachel gets a call from the same voice that contacted Jerry before getting arrested. The voice tells her to look to the nearest screen, and she is shown a clip of her son. Rachel is then told by the voice to sit in the car parked near the McDonald's or else her son will be in danger. Rachel gets frightened and tries to call the police, but each dial connects her to the same voice that threatens her to stop calling for help. On the other hand, an Air Force officer, Zoe, insists that Morgan have her exchange some words with Jerry, but he doesn't allow her. Surprisingly, the fax machine prints out a permission letter from the state's attorney, allowing Jerry to attend a call. Morgan cannot meddle here, so Jerry gets to take the call. It is then revealed that the call is from the same voice that got Jerry arrested in the first place. The voice tells Jerry to get down on the floor immediately because she has plans to bail him out. All of a sudden, a giant crane completely wrecks the entire floor of the FBI facility where Jerry was kept. The nearest building then projects an electronic message to Jerry saying, "Jump outside." Jerry jumps out of the building and manages to get on a metro train, where he gets a call from the same voice on a stranger's phone. The voice tells him to stop by the third stop, but Jerry doesn't obey her command and gets on another train. The voice calls him again and instructs Jerry to jump off the train, or else he'll have to face the consequences. Having no other option left, Jerry has to jump off the train. The voice then leads him to get into a car, where she has forcefully put Rachel in. The voice hacks the car's systems and speaks to them. She instructs them and helps them escape the cops that are after them. The anonymous voice has some sort of power and authority that allows her to change the red street signals to green and jam all the street cameras so the cops don't get any footage. This confuses the cops but helps Jerry and Rachel reach a junkyard. Some of the cops manage to chase them to a junkyard. The voice hacks the cranes in the junkyard and smashes all their cars. Jerry and Rachel also escape the place and fall into a boat that is carrying all the trash from the junkyard. The boat hits the sea with Jerry and Rachel stuck in it. The next morning, Rachel gets a call from the voice, who tells her and Jerry to get off the boat and hit the nearest highway. The scenes then shift back to the small village in Maryland, where a stranger shows up at the army base and gives them a hexamethylene crystal through which one can bombard a large area with the tiniest amount of frequency. The voice behind Jerry and Rachel is secretly watching them through the security cameras of the army base. She manages to hack the techs of the army and steal a bag of that crystal bomb that is being mass-produced by the army. The trigger to that bomb is given to the guy who stole Rachel's son's luggage earlier. The guy is also compromised by the voice. The voice instructs him to get the trigger remote fixated inside a trumpet that was probably going to be played by Rachel's son at the ceremony. The voice has access and power all across the globe. She instructs a jeweler from another country to fix the provided hexamethylene crystal inside a diamond pendant. The man quietly follows her instructions and does as she says. She witnesses the entire process through the jeweler's security camera. Back on Jerry and Rachel's side, they are stopped by a guy in a van in the middle of a power station field. He's the same guy who fixed the trigger in the trumpet. He throws his keys on the ground and confesses that he cannot follow the voice's instructions anymore. He then walks away. The voice calls Jerry and tells him to stop the man, or else she'll kill him herself. Jerry doesn't believe it, so he waits to see what the voice can do. As the man is running, the voice manages to break a giant electricity wire from the pole and has the man electrocuted. This leaves Jerry and Rachel in a state of shock. The voice calls again and instructs Jerry and Rachel to go to Indiana City before 11 p.m. On the other side, Zoe gets access to Ethan's apartment and finds his personal laptop. She takes it back to her facility and finds out that he was working on a top-secret mission called the Eagle Eye. Before she can get more exposure to this information, the computer shuts itself down, and she is caught by the Air Force. Jerry and Rachel also reach the exact location where the voice had told them to. The voice makes them aware of a suitcase delivery and tells them to steal it. She says she has arranged some weapons for them so that they don't go unarmed in the robbery. Jerry and Rachel get their hands on some guns inside a truck and steal the case from the mafia party. They immediately dispose of their guns in a garbage can and run away. The voice triggers all the fire alarms on the street. The water sprinklers causes a huge diversion through which Rachel and Jerry manage to escape. The voice then tells them to enter their closest cinema, where they are presented with footage that shows Jerry and Rachel's personal information. Here, Jerry realizes that the voice manipulating them isn't a real person, but some kind of advanced AI that has access to all sorts of electronic devices around them, and is keeping track of their activities. On the other hand, Zoe gets to know about a prototype AI machine named Arya through the defense secretary. Arya is an AI that has the ability to remotely control any electronic device, which indicates that Arya is manipulating everyone, including Jerry and Rachel, for a specific purpose. The following day, Morgan traces Jerry and Rachel through a CCTV camera. He finds out that the two are heading to Indiana in disguise. His people try to catch the two, but they manage to escape and get on a cargo plane. The voice, which is Arya, hacks into the plane's systems and takes control of it. She then instructs the two to inject some kind of fluid that will help them stay steady during the plane ride. Meanwhile, the defense secretary shows Zoe a clip of Ethan before he died. Ethan is seen flashing his phone light in a pattern that makes them think it's some kind of coded message. Zoe and her partner successfully decode the message before Arya deletes the clip. The message directs them to go near the fire extinguisher, where Zoe finds a memory card. Inside the card, Ethan has recorded everything and proved his innocence. Zoe tries to convey this information to Morgan, but Arya sees everything through security cameras and creates a network issue for Zoe. Zoe then goes to the defense secretary and shows him the video of Ethan on her phone, where Ethan is seen trying to shut down AI. She asks for an explanation, upon which he reveals that they used Arya to detect a high-class terrorist, but Arya indicated they had targeted the wrong group. When the news was delivered to the president, he didn't take back his order and had an innocent group of people killed. Here, Zoe cracks the code and finds out that Arya was displeased by the president's false decision, and didn't find him worthy of being the president, so she plotted to kill him. Ethan became aware of this and tried to shut down Arya's defenses, but she declared him a terrorist and had him killed. Now, Zoe is sure that Jerry and Rachel are innocent and that Arya is manipulating them into assassinating the president. The defense secretary issues an urgent notice to shut down the Arya project, but Arya is too smart. She hears them through a security camera and locks them in the chamber under in the military base. On the other hand, Jerry and Rachel finally approach Arya on her command, and she tells Jerry to give her a certain prompt. Here, the final plot is revealed. Arya was manipulating Jerry because his voice resembled his twin brother Ethan, and he could take his position to speak a certain instruction into Arya's system since Ethan is dead. Rachel is being manipulated because her son is going to perform in front of the president, and his trumpet contains the trigger remote of the crystal bomb. Unaware, Jerry follows Arya's instruction and commands a voice instruction to Arya. Arya then orders Rachel to kill Jerry for her, but she hesitates to kill him. Morgan shows up at the right time and takes Jerry away. Rachel is taken by another officer upon stepping out of Arya's chamber. The officer takes her to his place and gives her the invitation pass to enter the president's White House at his request. On the other hand, Morgan finds out about the missing crystal bomb and grows suspicious. He breaks Jerry out from the FBI and takes him in his car, where he asks questions regarding the bombing. Here Jerry reveals Arya's secret plan to kill the president and also tells him she's an AI. Unfortunately, Arya finds out about this through a street camera. She hacks a fighter jet and gets it to crash into Morgan's car. Morgan gets badly injured and cannot go any further. He sacrifices his life and crashes his car into the jet, which allows Jerry a short window to escape the place and stop the assassination. Subsequently, Rachel is shown putting on the pendant that is actually a crystal bomb that will explode when her son plays the trumpet in front of the president and kill everyone. It is then revealed that Arya wants to wipe out the president and appoint the defense officer as the next president, because unlike the current president, he wanted to abort the mission and not kill innocent people. Now Jerry manages to ghost Arya and get inside the president's house, where Rachel has already entered with a bomb on her neck. Meanwhile, Zoe and her partner manage to get to Arya and try to shut it down because she was transferring herself to another device. Zoe gets mad and destroys Arya with a spear. Now Jerry manages to breach the ceremony in a police officer's uniform. Rachel runs toward her son, who is about to blow the trumpet. The police officers get to Rachel and pin her down, but Jerry opens fire with his gun and causes a huge diversion. The police shoot him and take him down. Rachel manages to grab her son and run away from the ceremony. Luckily, Jerry survives the shot. By the end of the film, the defense secretary arranges a meeting with the president and details the entire situation, due to which the president passes an order to shut the AI project forever. The president then personally awards Jerry and every other survivor who tried to endanger their lives by saving the people from a bomb explosion. Here the film ends. I'm sure you liked the story recap. Please don't forget to like and subscribe for more amazing recaps like that.